Oh man, oh man. I wish it was not the case, but boy, are there some things that are wrong with my Ford Raptor. Now, you guys know I just picked this thing up like 2 weeks ago, but I went for the high mileage for a reason, for content, and boy, is that possibly gonna come back to bite me, because we're gonna go through the list, and unfortunately, this list is it's pretty long. It's a pretty long list of things that are wrong with my Ford Raptor. Now, unfortunately and fortunately for me, because like I said, the content will hopefully do better now that there's actually things wrong. But like I said, I went ahead and bought this Raptor with 82,000 miles on it. So I knew that there was going to be some issues, you know, obviously, and I'm planning to prepare for them in the most professional way, which will be a separate video. But there are definitely some things about this. Now, a little bit of backstory. I did have a Grand Cherokee in the past. I had several Grand Cherokees in the past, right? So, you know, I'm pretty used to different issues. Actually, that's not true. Knock on wood. We got some wood right here. Knock on wood. No issues at all on pretty much all of my Jeeps. The only time that I ever had issues was on my previous Silverado. So it must be a truck thing to have issues. I don't know. But this one, you know, like I said, you know, I kind of went into it with the expectation of, hey, it's a high mileage one, and hopefully it works out for the content, right? If there's something bad that happens, hopefully it works out for the content. And, you know, that's kind of where we're at now. So I just want to go through the list and tell you guys all the different issues. Let me know if you have any of these similar issues, or if you know how to fix them. Maybe there's some simple fixes that I can do for some of these that, you know, I haven't thought of or didn't know about. Again, a little bit of backstory on this specific Raptor. It is 82,000 miles, 2 previous owners, owned in New Hampshire and maybe Massachusetts. I'm not sure exactly. I'm in Rhode Island, just if you're curious. And it was in an accident. So when I looked through the Carfax maintenance records and everything looked pretty good, right? I obviously do my due diligence in that way, but it did have an accident. Now, for me, I'm not, you know, super worried about that, because it's like minor to moderate whatever damage in the back corner. So of course I take a look at that when I go to test drive it and everything. And you can see body lines here, you know, they line up pretty well. There's not really too many issues on, you know, kind of the gaps and everything. So I wasn't super concerned about it. You know, there was like no frame damage or anything crazy. You can see here, this is obviously an issue. This kind of doesn't sit in there properly. It's kind of popped out a little bit. But again, it's a truck, 82,000 miles. It's a Raptor. And your boy's probably going to take it off road and put some dirt in these tires and beat it up a little bit more. So again, not super concerned about this little cosmetic stuff. You might be able to see it here. There's a little dent as well right around this area. Part of the tailgate here having the same issue with this kind of popping up. Tailgate closes and opens perfectly fine. No issues there, which is great. There is another big dent right over here. You guys can see this one's actually really deep, because you can see the paint's almost cracked, which is not very good. And then again on this side, this is kind of popping up. Now I don't know if that's normal. Maybe that's just a Ford thing. Maybe that's a Raptor thing that those just pop up. But again, not a huge deal. Cosmetic kind of things I'm not super worried about. Another huge part of that is you can see there's a little bit of condensation inside of this rear tail light here, which again, not a huge deal, because I'm going to plan to replace these probably anyways with some, you know, aftermarket ones that are smoked probably, because I'm going to black out the whole truck. But you know, that is one thing. There's a little bit of condensation, and if you hear it, there's a little bit of rattle to it. Now I don't know if this one does it. No, this one's pretty solid in there. So that could be a big part of, you know, whatever that accident was, you know, because it was in this area, that this doesn't really sit right. But again, it's like, is that affecting me? No. It's just going to make it, if I want to take it off road or beat it up a little bit more, I don't feel as bad. And at the end of the day, it's more content. If I need to replace or fix this or get that figured out, not a huge deal. Now moving on from that, we also have the third brake light up here, and you can see it's almost condensation in there as well. Now I went to replace that, and it's not super easy to replace, just because there's like none. You cannot find a Raptor one of those. Like the only ones that there are like $300, which for a third brake light, I didn't love the look of it, and for $300 I don't really think it's worth it. So I do have another option coming, so if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe down below to be notified when that video goes live. Tons of videos coming every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here on the channel. But yeah, we are going to be figuring that kind of situation out anyway, because that bright color on the all black truck, it's not doing it for me. So yeah, we're going to get that figured out, but there's a little bit of condensation up there. Now I know what you're thinking. You're probably saying, hey, these are all minor things, but let me tell you, some of them are a little bit more nerve-wracking. I'm not going to lie to you. There are a few things that are a little bit weird about this truck that I'm like, you know, maybe it's not the best. Now, when I test drove it, there was a little bit of a clunk on the transmission. When I hit about 80 in sport mode, it like slammed into gear really hard. I didn't love that too much. I'll put a clip of it here. Gets up pretty quick. Ooh, I don't like that. You can see, it's not great, right? It slams in pretty hard. But it is what it is, right? If the transmission, you know, it's like a learning transmission or whatever I've heard, you can kind of reset it, whatever, maybe that fixes it, who knows. But at the end of the day, you know, that's just, it is what it is. Hopefully the warranties and stuff kind of cover that, and hopefully I'm good to go. Like I said, I'm doing my little due diligence for that kind of stuff, which content coming about that. But that is, you know, that is one thing that is a little bit concerning. Now, another thing is like kind of weird, annoying, concerning, don't have any idea what it could be. When I start to drive, every single time pretty much that I hit the gas, it does like this like high-pitched kind of like squeak whistling noise. Now it's not turbo. Some of you guys are gonna go in the comment section down below and be like, yo, it's your turbo, dude, you don't even know about it. Now I know it's not the turbo noise. I don't know if it's something back here with the suspension, like we got the live valve suspension back here. Apparently they're supposed to be rebuilt or whatever like every 50,000 miles. We're at 82, so you know it probably does need to be done at that, you know, at that point. So it could be something with that, but I don't think it is. But that is, you know, one thing that it could be maybe. I think it's something with like an exhaust hanger, or like maybe an exhaust, what's it called? Like an exhaust clamp or whatever. Might be like loose or something like that, or some sort of connection. I don't think anything's rotted out, but I do think it could be something with the exhaust like that, because it happens every time I start to hit the gas. It starts to like whistle a little bit. It's kind of weird. So if you have any ideas of what that could be, definitely let me know down below, because it's kind of annoying, and I'm sure I'll have a video coming soon trying to fix that. But that's one issue that it does have that I don't really, you know how to fix at this point. Now there are a few other things, like I said, so there's a lot of cosmetic stuff, like little dings over here on the door. Again, don't really care about that too much, because I'm probably gonna put some dents, dings, scratches, and all that on it anyways, because like I said, I want to use it as a truck and I want to have some fun with it, especially for the content. So it is what it is in that regard. Not super worried about the cosmetic aspects. Now another thing is the front driver's steering wheel obviously was super beat up. You guys can see that it looks super ugly, and it really was a mess. So again, simple fix for that, video coming in a few weeks. Front heated seat on the driver's side, for some reason doesn't really work. Again, I don't know if you guys have any ideas on that might work to get that thing going, because again, another issue right there, a little minor one. And then something else coming into the back here. Now it's kind of weird, right, that I have these just sitting here, but this is the light that goes in the rear back seats, right? It goes up here somewhere. Now these are sitting here because last night I go out to date night with my wife. You know, we're just enjoying the night, come out of dinner, we go to get in the truck, start it up, and for whatever reason, the rear lights will not turn off. Like, no matter what I do, I'm turning off the lights, I'm turning the car off, turning it back on, letting it sit, opening the door, closing the door, doing everything that I can. It will not turn off. They're just like permanently on. Luckily for me, I am a car guy, and I can just go ahead and rip these little clips up and out of there. You can see this one's a little pried out of there. But basically all I did is just kind of reached up there, ripped them out, and unplugged them. And then, hey, look at that, it's not draining my battery, and it's good to go. So if you guys know if it's maybe this part is bad, or is this just a common thing? I tried looking it up a little bit in the parking lot, but didn't get too much information. But obviously that is an issue that needs to be fixed, because now I just got these little wires hanging out of the roof. But again, not a huge deal. I don't really care. I'm not like a super picky guy, and like everything needs to be like meticulously perfect and whatever. Like, it's a truck at the end of the day, and it's high miles. Like, beat it up, you know, have a good old day with it. Another little minor thing, which is obviously just something super simple that needs to be changed anyways. Like, it is what it is. It's a maintenance part. You guys can see how low the tread is on this specific tire. Now, for whatever reason, it's this back right tire that is like that. You can see there's a little bit of curb rash or rock, I guess, probably, maybe. I don't know, who knows if they did anything off-road or they just went to the mall with it, but you guys can see that this obviously is a little bit of an issue. When you go to the other ones, like this one's pretty good. I mean, it's not crazy. It's a little bit higher than the other one. So I'm gonna have to pop some new tires on here. Now it's a matter of, am I gonna do brand new wheels and tires all at the same time? Am I just gonna swap out the tires? Am I gonna go KO2s, KO3s? Let me know down below. You guys have good tire recommendations. I will probably not be going with the Nitto Trail Grapplers, the Ridge Grapplers or whatever. I heard they sound awful after like 5,000 miles, and they're like super loud, and yeah, not gonna go that route. I need something that's good in the rain too, because this one, like, if it's just a little bit slick out from the rain, I hit the gas, that's it, I'm sliding everywhere. So that's, you know, it almost felt like I was driving in my Scat Pack, which the Scat Pack was awful, because it would just slide if it even had the slightest bit of rain. This one feels pretty similar, and I think it might be just these tires are a little bit old. So let me know what you guys think down below. What are some good tires that you guys recommend for these? Now, I know on these Ford Raptors, there is like a huge issue with the cam phasers, especially 2017, 2018, 2019. I think they fixed it after the 2020 and like the Gen 3s or something. But the cam phasers definitely could be having a little bit of an issue. I'm not gonna lie. Now, I'm gonna keep that quiet. I don't even know if I'm gonna put this in this video because your boy might be trying to get the factory warranty, and they might not factory warranty it if that's an issue. So I am gonna throw that on there as a potential possibility of maybe it could be going wrong, but I don't think it's actually that. I do think there are some weird little engine noises and rattlings and stuff, which I think is super common. Apparently you can reach up in here and then over to the right and they put a little spring on the turbo, and that's supposed to help with some different rattling noises that happen. So again, probably have a video coming soon on that one. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think there's a lot of problems on this? I think they're all pretty small. I mean, hopefully they're not too big. But yeah, do you think it was issues that can be resolved? Like I said, if you know how to fix any of these, let me know in the comment section down below if they're simple, or you know, you have any idea, because you know, I got to get them done and get it sorted, and you know, figure out what we got to do here on the old Ford Raptor. On that note, if you are not already subscribed, make sure you click that subscribe button down below right now to be notified when new videos go live. We've got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on the channel. I want to say 3 p.m., but I don't know if it's actually going to be 3 p.m. So make sure you do that. And of course, like this video if you're not already. And of course, click that hype button. I don't know what the hype button exactly does, but it's supposed to help the channel and whatever. So just make sure you do that. Click that hype button as well. That somehow, you know, helps the channel and gets the content out there to new people. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next video.
I only got one life, I'm trying to live my shit. Minding my business as usual, I don't want nothing to do with the outside. How about the whip with a beautiful bitch? I've been too busy thinking about mine. Don't care what you be doing, I've been too busy thinking about mine. Back then shit was too bad, I was on the wrong path going too fast. Used to let the plug house holding too